Hello everybody, my name is Christian Swenson. I do videos here on YouTube about autism, autistic consciousness, and life on the autism spectrum. Today I wanted to do another video about routines. And it's going to be kind of like the video I did earlier about autism and befriending time, the autism and time and change video. But I wanted to take this in a very specific direction. Namely, I wanted you to know that you have the ability to adapt. You just have to give yourself the permission to. You have the ability to change your routine. You just have to give yourself the permission to. Because oftentimes, when we're doing a routine, when we are following our ruts, our routine, they're similar words, rut, routine, it's almost like the routine is deciding for us. The routine is planning for us. The routine is doing things in a way for us. And in that way, they're very like parents. They're very like guardians and caretakers. And in all these things, they are deciding what's good for us. And oftentimes, these routines don't know what's good for us. The routines are just there because they happened to evolve over time. What we do is, in this case, bound by what we have done. And what we have done is just what we've done. There's no rhyme or reason to it other than we've done it. And so we're kind of in the present, but trapped by the past. And we can't really be in the present unless we, to at least an extent, break free from those chains of the past, or design chains that are good for us. Maybe chains is a bad word. You could use the word path. I watched a video a while ago of an autistic man, you may have seen this, who built all these complicated passageways and elevated platforms for his cats in his house. He's autistic. And he says in the video that I am autistic, I have Asperger's, and I love paths. I love thinking about paths. Because the path decides what you do for you. I could draw for you, if you have a path. I'm not an artist, maybe someday, but not yet. Right, that's a path. It doesn't go straight, and maybe that's a problem for us, but we don't have to think about that because the path, sorry about that noise, does all the thinking for us. When we're following it, we think we might want to go straight, but no, wait, it's telling us where we need to go. The path is like a parent. Path is like parent. Routine is like parent, because the path says, oh, come along right here. Come along and do this. You don't have to think, just follow me. Come follow me. And here, the path is kind of wiggly, maybe for no good reason, because it's just what we've ended up doing. And maybe it's a bad thing, like I said, but how do you get from here to here, right? Because when we're autistic people, we don't want to do this. We want to keep doing this because this is the path, and the path is comforting. The path is like a parent, remember? But sometimes we need to do this. So how do we do this? How do we do this? Well, in advance, to one degree or another, lay out another path. And then you end up following it. Now, what does that mean? What does it mean to lay out a path for yourself? Well, here's a very practical example of what I mean. Use Google Calendar to plan what day you're going to live tomorrow or next week in advance. Try to predict a good day. Try to have the best day possible in your head. Not an unrealistically good day, but a realistically good day. And then use that calendar as a parent. Use that calendar as a path that guides you, that thinks for you, that decides for you. And then, even though you're the one who made the path, there's a path that you're following. You do the deciding up front. And during the day, you've had it all decided for you. By you, for sure, but that's in the past, and now we're in the present. And we're following a path instead of laying out a path in the moment. In that way, we're a lot like trains, only we're not just trains, we're also the train railroad builders. We're railroad workers and train operators. And the railroad builder goes in front, and the train operator follows behind. We're two. Normally in a neurotypical person, I would say the railroad worker and the train operator are one. It's more like a car. You can pivot and turn more easily. And as autistic people, we can do that. It just needs to be a little delayed. And so maybe, let's say you're doing that Google Calendar thing, and a sudden change happens over the course of the day, right? You have to do something else. Well, go back into Google Calendar, lay out the train track a little bit differently, plan it, and then follow the train track again. Google Calendar is, in this instance, your train track. It's your railroad. It's your path. It's your routine. And you follow it. Because you don't... And here's the beautiful thing, is if you're always following something, you always have the comfort that we know in paths, in routines, in consistency. You know, a lot of autistic people like railroads. A lot of autistic people like trains. It's no wonder. Trains go where they go. They follow. They are still and moving at the same time. And the same is true of wheels. And a lot of autistic people like wheels. I have a video about that. They're the same, but they're different. They move, but they stay still. That's the mystery of the circle. But anyway, I think this is a very useful tip. Lay out the railroad in advance, plan out what you're going to do, and then follow the plan as if it was given to you by someone else. Be your own path. Be your own parent. Be your own railroad builder, and follow what you've built. I'm Christian Swenson, and I do videos on YouTube about autism here Tuesdays and Saturdays. That's what I'm going to do now. And I'll see you next Tuesday. Have a good week.